How do 21st century literacies impact adolescents in their social worlds? And how can we use these literacies when teaching science? But before we can really answer these questions, what does 21st century literacies mean anyway? To begin with, what is literacy? According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, literacy is the capacity to communicate using inscribed, printed, or electronic signs or symbols for representing language. That said, there are many forms of literacy in the 21st century, with the top 10 literacies in education today including digital, media, visual, data, game, health and financial, civic and ethical, news, coding and computational, and foundational. And according to Peter, literacy in the 21st century demands the ability to move confidently, efficiently, and ethically between a wide range of written and visual, print, live, digital, or electronic text types according to purpose. So what do these text types look like? They include all those things we see in our everyday lives, from emails, texts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, websites, and of course books and newspapers, just to name a few. Which brings us to our initial question: how do 21st century literacies impact adolescents in their social world? Teenagers are, not surprisingly, some of the biggest users of social media. 9 in 10 Aussie teens now have a mobile phone. In 2009, 73% of teenagers used social networking sites, an increase from 55% 3 years prior. 71% of teens say they use more than one social media site, with Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat being the most popular. 57% of teenagers have made new friends online. 86% use YouTube, 73% use Facebook, 44% access Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter and Tumblr, 75% text, with teenagers on average sending 60 texts per day. 64% of teenagers use email, but only 6% use it daily. Instead, daily interactions take place via social media, instant messaging, messaging apps such as WhatsApp and Kik, and video chat. I think it's fair to say technology plays a big part in a teenager's social world. As a result, teenagers are growing up in a different world to the one their teachers grew up in, resulting in digital natives as opposed to their digital immigrant teachers. Teenagers are accustomed to a continuous flow of data, generally multitasking between various sites. They don't want the old-style step-by-step instructions. They thrive in a fast-paced multitasking environment. They complain they have to power down to go to school. This can't be good. Surely education needs to meet the needs of the students, not the students meet the needs of the education. Which brings us to the second half of our initial question. How can we incorporate 21st century literacies into our teaching and learning practices within the science classroom? The 3 R's, reading, writing and arithmetics, are no longer deemed enough for today's education. Although still important, students also need to master the 4 C's: creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. In science, we're often conducting experiments and trying things out firsthand in an attempt to really understand what's going on. These generally involve measuring and recording our results. What better way to do this than with MBLs, or microcomputer-based labs, or probeware? In a study done by Metcalf, they found that students were able to visualise their learning in a way that increased understanding and helped dispel misconceptions. This was due to the students actually experiencing firsthand the correlation between event and modelling. Plus, some MBLs have inbuilt Wi-Fi to allow for live data sharing and collaboration via any device with a browser. Old-fashioned pen and paper are fine, but programs such as Google Docs allow for easy communication and collaboration with group members outside of school hours if necessary. Plus, the information is available from any device and allows live collaboration with numerous students in varying locations. 49% of teens have uploaded a video to YouTube, with 18.5% watching primarily to learn a new skill or be educated. So why not use this love of YouTube and videos in the classroom? Not just accessing it as a source for learning new skills, but to make our own podcasts and videos. If we don't want to be so public, perhaps use a program such as VoiceThread.